Hi everyone, welcome back. You may remember, but I've done this video before, but I thought it was time for an update. So if I lost all of my makeup collection today, this is what I would run out and go repurchase immediately. Before we get into it, today's video is sponsored by idyl. You may have noticed I upgraded a few of my earrings, and that's thanks to idyl. I love all of the pieces. I've been wearing them every day. What I love about their jewelry pieces is that they're modular. So you can start with a simple stud or chain, and then you can add on different pieces to switch up the look. It gives you so many choices and options without feeling like you need a huge collection. All of their jewelry is made in Antwerp with lab-grown diamonds and 14K traceable gold. So it's not just beautiful, it's also sustainable and made really well. Like I said, I've been wearing mine every day. I'm having so much fun layering and stacking and experimenting with different combinations. And they just go with everything, and the sparkle is insane. I have a hard time picking a number one favorite. I mean, I love them all, but I think this one here. So this is the combination of one of their studs and jade. So it's like it wraps around the back of your ear and pops up underneath. I think it's so cute. Oh, I just love the look of this. And I mean, this is a showstopper too with one of their studs. And this is another one of their studs with Venetia. I just love to have the option to be like, today I just want to wear simple studs, or I can add the extra glam and fun. I'll have the specific pieces I'm wearing listed in the description box, but if you're interested in checking them out for yourself, you can use my discount code here up on screen to get a percentage off your purchase. And let me know what pieces catch your eye. I want to say another huge thank you to idyl for sponsoring today's video. It means so much to me. These pieces are unreal. But now let's get into what I would repurchase if I so happen to lose my collection. Knock on wood. I don't know if I have, oh, this is wood. Scared both my cats, so really good. There. Sorry y'all. So for foundations, I picked two options. I have phases with other foundations, but I always seem to go back to these two. The first one being the Clinique Even Better Makeup SPF 15. This is the one I've been wearing the most lately. It's just a good day-to-day. It's nice and light, it doesn't feel like anything on your skin, and it's just a good base for all the other products. I've just never had an issue with it. So it's a mindless one I would just go pick up. Same with the very loved Makeup Forever HD Skin. This one you can see is almost empty, but this has got to be my most beloved foundation. It's what I used to use in my kit. Well, not this specific version, the one before they reformulated, but the reformulated version is just as good. I just always rely on this one because of how versatile it is. You can really sheer it out for like a sheer foundation or build it up for like a full coverage. And it's also very adjustable. If I want something more glowy or more matte, it just suits it all. So mindless decision there. Usually with these types of videos, I like sit there and just have a little bit of a freak out because I get a little stressed. But this time I just really went with my first gut instinct, or the first few products that came to mind for each category. And this one actually went really smooth. So now for concealer, it was this one, the Tear Glide and Hide. I truly never loved a concealer more, and it's so nice and versatile because it holds two formulas in one. So on top here is a cream concealer, and it has more of a cloudy matte finish, which is amazing if you're trying to cover up any blemishes, and it's quite high coverage too with a very thin layer. It doesn't add too much bulk to your face whatsoever. If anything, it just really blurs it out and it barely looks like anything on your skin. And on the bottom is a gorgeous liquid concealer. It has a nice serumy feel, very thin wearing. It doesn't enhance any texture underneath of the eyes, but once it's set, it does have like that nice airy quality too. It's so easy to set and wear, and it feels amazing. I just can't say enough good things about this because of the duality. It's all-encompassing concealer for me. I haven't put this stuff down since the moment I tried it. I oftentimes use the cream side too as like an all-over foundation, and it has a really good stretch to it, so I just draw on like a minimal amount and it covers quite a wide radius. So now for powders, I have two options here. So the first one is the Melt Cosmetics translucent loose setting powder. I love this one. This is an amazing blurring and really setting powder, which is what you would want, of course. I love this underneath of my eyes as well as all over my face. So this is my all-in-one powder as well, but it didn't feel right to leave my Kosas Cloud Set behind because I love this as a finishing powder, and I actually didn't use it as so today, so I can demo it. So I just like to take it on a powder puff, and I'll kind of even it up on my powder puff, tap it and rub it a few times so it's evenly distributed on here. And then I'll just go in the areas I want to blur and perfect. I also like to touch up my makeup with this one because it just doesn't really build up on itself and create like a cakey mess at all. It just is a little magic every time I use it. It's named so perfectly because it does give a very cloudy appearance to your skin. This has been a favorite of mine for many, many, many years. Now for bronzers and contours, so I kind of included a few different formulas. The first one here, one of my 2025 favorites so far, the Rare Beauty Liquid Concealer. Not concealer, hello. Oh my god, I just looked up at it and I just saw a very inflated version of my head in the cap. I wish I could show that. This is what I saw. Just a disappointed me, inflated. The Liquid Contour. Although I kind of use this as a liquid bronzer, I feel like they do tend to lean a little bit warm, like a liquefied version of the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, but just a little bit more pigmented. It has a really nice healthy sheen and it's so easy to blend into your skin. It just has such a thin feel. Now for a cream, this is a very unique cream. This is the Phytosurgence Spectral Sunlight Cream Bronzer, holding up the shade 3 right now. I kind of go in between 2 and 3, but this is a really interesting texture. It's unlike a classic cream bronzer, and when you touch it's a little bit stiff and it doesn't really melt to the touch, which is really weird for a cream. With this product, you definitely need to use something a little bit denser, like the Rose Inc No. 3 brush, just something that has stiffer surface instead of something fluffy, because you really need to dig into this product kind of back and forth. It almost feels like beeswax, and then I like to pat it on like this, and it creates a very airbrushed matte finish, but because it is that creamier texture, it sinks in and just looks amazing. And because it doesn't really melt to the warmth of your skin, it stays so well. It just lasts amazingly. Like this wore incredibly well in Mexico, and it was like the hottest, most humid week that they were experiencing while we were there, and it wore throughout those really crazy hot days. It wore better than I did because I can't stand that kind of heat. I'm not made for it. Now for some powder options. It didn't feel right to exclude this baby. This is the Surratt Soleil Dew bronzer. It's not just a classic powder bronzer to me. It has a really pretty skin-like sheen. It's not shimmery, like you can't tell that there's a shimmer in it, but it has like a really nice dimensional look on your skin, and it has like a really nice, almost a whipped moussey texture when you're swatching it in the pan. It's because they have that special slurry formula. I'm just gonna pretend I know what that means. It sounds fun and fancy, but I feel it. It does feel like a slurry of magic to me. And this is one that I can just apply to an unset face, but it still diffuses wonderfully. And the last product for this category I wanted to mention is the, oh, snack time for the kitties. Oh, they're locked in here, sorry. What I was saying, the Kaleidos Symphony Contour Trio. So this is my favorite contouring palette, as you can see. I like how you get not an overly warm bronzer, a nice cool tone to contour, and then this really pretty highlighting shade. I don't often like use it. It's more of a matte highlighting shade. I only really use this if I feel like I need some brightening or on my eyes, or I'll use this in my eye looks if I want a nice bright point on my eyes. But otherwise, this formula is unmatched to me. It's so diffusing and it looks incredible. Now for blush, I didn't overcomplicate things. I just went for the few things that just immediately popped to my mind. So the first one is the Patrick Ta blush in Shiso LA specifically. I think this is my all-time favorite blush. Like, it's been around forever and I never stop talking about it, especially in the warmer months. This is a duo I like to spread all over my face. So I've used this obviously as a blush, but I use this a lot on my eyes as well. It's just a really pretty bronzer leaning blush, and I honestly need to maybe update mine because this is still my original one from the first time he launched his brand. So, but I'm emotionally connected to it. I can't. It's still stunning. And how can you beat it? You get a cream and a powder all in one, and they're so fun to layer and experiment, just like with Idyl. Now, I love a hybrid formula, so these were a no-brainer for me. These were the winner of my recent blush tournament. If you haven't watched that, but now I just kind of spoiled it. Anyways, this formula is also one I find unmatched. This formula is so gorgeous. It does feel like a little cloud in here, so if you're unfamiliar with this one, it's been around for quite a while. They were really hyped up when they first launched, but I feel like they're so ahead of their time. Like, they still feel recent and new, if that makes sense. But these are gorgeous. They're cream powder hybrids, so when you smoosh them, They kind of make a nice indentation in there. But when you touch it, it's so velvety soft, and it just has the best of both worlds. The blendability and how it sinks into your cheeks like a cream, but the longevity and that airy airbrushed look that a powder can give you. And it also has a very pretty micro pearl, so it does add a little bit more dimension to your skin. They're just so dreamy. My two favorite shades are True Harmony and Blush Please. True Harmony is the one I wear in the summer, and Blush Please This is She's So LA from Patrick Ta's, the powder blush and the cream. And I just wanted to include like a simple powder blush. This is my favorite for that, the Nabla Close Up Blurring Powder Blushes. I love most of the shades in the lineup. This one is the shade Lucky Rose, which is a gorgeous, vibrant pink. My favorites are Satisfaction, which is the vibrant red, Endorphin, and Enigma. Those are my three top most worn. I just pulled a different shade just to spice things up today. It's a classic powder blush, but it has such nice blurring capabilities, so that's why it's my favorite for that. And then this is my most recent favorite, the Ilia Soft Focus Blurring Blushes. The shade Wonder is my number one. So this is a baked powder blush formula, so it has that really pretty blurring base with a really pretty pearl on top. So it does give kind of a 2-in-1 look if you apply it onto the higher points of your cheek. So it can look like a blush and a matching highlight, which is so cute. Now for brow products, I'm very loyal to these ones from Kosas, the Brow Pop and their tinted brow gel. I always go back to the Brow Pop just because of the shape and how long these ones last me. Like, I don't run through them very quickly. A little bit of the product goes a long way. I think that's because it has a thicker, waxier, more powdery feel, so you don't need too much. And I love the shape of the pencil. It's a little micro triangle, so you're able to kind of flip it a few directions to get a few different effects. So you can use the point of the triangle to kind of get more hair-like strokes. You can fill it on the side to get kind of like a wider radius, or you can flip it on its side to get like a really nice straight line. Love that about it. And the tinted brow gel, although it doesn't offer like a good hold, I really like how it coats my brow hairs, makes my brows look more thick, and it also has a nice sheen, so it mimics the natural finish of eyebrows. It's not too mattifying, so eyebrows don't look strange. But the newest addition, and a product that's actually been making me enjoy doing my eyebrows, which is never something I've ever experienced really, and that is the L'Oreal Brow Lamination Gel. So this one's amazing. It never turns crispy or white, but it does offer a good amount of hold. If you're someone who really hates a little bit more of a crispier feeling brow, you might hate this, but it's not too much. It's not like hair gel. It's a little crispy, but it's not crazy. But this has made my brow hair so manageable. I'm able to like shape my brow and like place some of them where I have like a weird bald spot, and that's like right on top of my brows right here. I'm always bald right there. I remember I got a comment once and it was like, why do you pluck your eyebrows there if you're just going to fill it in? I'm just bald there. I'm literally just bald there. I kind of jumped around, but for highlighters, you guys know, not a major favorite thing of mine, but my favorite one of all time is still the Essence Pure Nude Highlight. I use the shade 10. I just like how this one is kind of like a more glow from within. And I think this is also one of their baked formulas because it does have kind of a blurring base to it, so it never looks like too shimmery or metallic looking. Now transitioning into eye products, these are my favorite cream eyeshadows. These are the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks. I have two shades in my collection, Taupe and Bark. They just have good workability, really nice pigmentation, and then once they're set, they're set. But I just like how they're nice and manageable and they never crease. These are so fun if you want to create a quick smoky eye. I have some other pencil products. I think that these Hung Van Gogh pencils are going to replace a lot of my eyeliner favorites. I was a little bit iffy on the kohl texture, but I'm all about it now. That's the one that comes in an actual wood pencil. It's really manageable. You can smoke it out really easily, but it holds its pigmentation. So this type of formula is so nice at creating smoky eyes. Previous to this, I would always use my Makeup Forever artist pencils, which I still hold near and dear to me. But this is just almost like a little bit more upgraded because it does have a bit more of a tack and hold, and it will last a bit longer. So I like that. And the gel version, So good. I've been reaching for this every day. I think this is going to be my most used product from his line out of the things he launched with at the beginning. But oh, this is so nice. I love how glidable it is, and the color is so unique. Oh, by the way, the color, this one is in the shade brown, and the one I just swatched is tied together. What I love about this is it's super, super long wearing. I mean, that color also is just so immaculate, so chocolatey and delicious. The gel formula wears wonderfully in my waterline. It doesn't budge at all, even in like my more watery areas, like on my outer corner and inner corner. Sometimes with these gel formulas, they can be a little bit more stiff and they can lock in a little bit quicker than you'd want, but you get so much control of the product before it mattifies and dries down. So good. And for eyeshadow palettes, I had a few runner-ups. It was a hard tie between my Makeup by Mario palettes, the neutral and the warm, or the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3. And I went with this one because it is a condensed version of both, and you get additional creams, which is so nice and versatile to create some really pretty deep and rich eye looks. I mean, this is perfect. You get a row of warms and cools, so it's perfect to build up a makeup collection. And the formula is so nice. So, so good. So I have this all over my eyes as well. I just have a little bit of She's So LA powder blush in my crease just to tie in my cheeks, but otherwise I've got these 3 shades and a little bit of this one on my eyeballs with both of these. For mascara, a little bit of a pickle. I'm stuck on a discontinued mascara. Did place a massive order on YesStyle for a bunch of new mascaras. I want to do a series of TikToks or Reels, trying them all out compared to this one, since I need to let this go. I need to let this go. But I have one more bottle of this. And once I'm through that, we'll have a mascara time. But still, this one, the Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara in Sleek Volume is my #1. They discontinued it and they brought this one out, and it's ass. It's ass. It looks promising, but it's not. And the color is like not even black. It's like a sheer glossy black. So once you add it onto your actual lashes, it just looks like you put a clear mascara, if that makes sense. And it doesn't have the hold or the magic that this one does. So you can see this is my favorite one, and this is the new one. It's like a sheer gloss tint thing. It is not replaceable. No, I don't have anything kind to say about it. Like, look how strong this Hung Van Gogh pencil is. I've been scrubbing my hand. This has at last my little swatch of the Clio Kill Lash, which is kind of surprising me. For setting sprays, I have 2 here. So a classic one that meshes in all the powder layers and adds longevity would be my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And the other one that's a little bit more unique is the One Size On Till Dawn. So this one is almost like a makeup sealer, like using a layer of glaze on a piece of pottery. That's kind of what I look at this like. Seals everything and locks it in and adds longevity. It's not one that really meshes in all of the layers. So these 2, for sure, my favorites for setting sprays. Now all that's left is lips. I kind of went a little buck wild with lip liners. I definitely am a lip liner addict at this point, but I've got a few favorite formulas. So I had to include some of my Sachu lip liner stains. These are such a fun part of my routine. My 3 favorite shades are Nude 01, Mauve 02, and Hazel 04. If you're unfamiliar with these, you must be new here. Hi. But these are peel off lip stains, and they're so fun to use, and they unveil a gorgeous stain that lasts hours and hours and hours. All day is a better thing to say. So those are definitely the more unique pieces here. Otherwise, it's favorite formulas and colors. Here, I'm gonna swatch them and then I'll show you and read them all off. I think they'll be easier. These are my handful of favorite formulas for sure, and my favorite shades. I don't know if I'd like pick up each and every one of them. I just thought I would share my favorite colors of each. So these 2 from MAC, Root For Me, Cool Spice. Now these are Makeup Forever. This is Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut in the extreme version. These are the classic artist pencils in Wherever Walnut, Anywhere Caffeine, and Universal Earth. Then we have my favorite Makeup by Mario shades, Spice Chai and Smoky Pink. And then these are Tower 28. We have Paint My Number and Work of Art. I didn't even have to look down. I know all of these shades by heart. These are my babies. Now for lipsticks and glosses and all that, my favorite lipstick is this Prada one. This is the Prada Monochrome Soft Matte Lipstick in the shade B101. Whoa, that was the first time it did that. What the hell? It's fun that they're refillable. I was a little rough and excited when I opened it. I love to apply it like a boy, like this. It just has the best mouthfeel. I don't know if that's gonna make the cut, but it has such a pillowy, soft, thin texture, and it blurs out your lip lines, and the color is just glorious to me. I don't know if I've worn a matte lipstick for this long in years, maybe like ever. I've always been like a gloss and shiny lipstick person. Then for like a tinted lip balm, the Laneige ones are so nice. I think what keeps me grabbing this is the applicator. It feels so nice on the lips, even though it looks like a little puffy donut. Let's go with that. But it has a really fun squishy applicator. It just is addicting to apply, and the formula is gorgeous as well. Of course, the tint is really nice and apparent. It's not too sheer, and the actual formula does feel like it's healing and moisturizing your lips really well. I get the hype now. And then for glosses, these are my two favorites. So the Haus Labs gloss has been my #1 favorite for quite a while now, ever since I purchased my first one. My favorite shade is Fig. It's so gorgeous. Like, look at that. Really nice glazy feel. Not too thick, not too sticky, not too slippery that it's going to slip out of bounds and kind of bleed out everywhere. It just stays really well. It has good longevity for a gloss. Love it. And then my newer favorite from this year are the Makeup Forever Super Boost glosses. These are extra plushy feeling, whereas this one almost feels like a water gel. This one definitely feels like a gel, if that makes sense, without any stickiness, and the colors are gorgeous. It just envelops your lips in a really fun, juicy feel. They say that these are plumping, but it's not ouchy plumping. You guys know I have a big sensitivity to actual plumping glosses, and it doesn't have like a cooling minty sensation either. It just plumps in the way that it like fills in your lip lines and just amps up the volume in your lips because of all the juice in here. My two favorite shades are Boundless Berry 8 and Limitless Brown, and this one is so nice because it has a gorgeous glitter in it and it sparkles so beautifully. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the swatch. Here, I put a swatch on the palm of my hand to hopefully show the glitter a bit better. It's so pretty, and I love the tint. As you can see, big fan of like the bronzy lip glosses. And those are all of the products I envision myself going to grab in case my collection was abducted by aliens or something. Let's go with that, to not speak anything out into the universe. But before I say bye-bye, I wanted to say another big thank you to idyl for sponsoring today's video. If you were distracted by these sparkles throughout the video, maybe you should take it as a sign to check out their website. I'll have a link to their webpage down below, as well as all of the pieces I'm wearing today. And you can use my code here up on screen to save on your purchase. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'll have everything I talked about listed and linked in the description box down below, so feel free to check that out. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!